Hey Pisces, wow, that was fast. Pisces seekers, hello everyone. Knight of Swords, yeah, things. A really fast card drops really fast. Okay, very interesting energy for you guys. Usually you're more cerebral and fluid, and here you are so mental. Page of Swords. So your brain is on steroids. You're thinking really fast, you're responding really fast, you're analyzing really fast. In a specific direction, in a specific topic, and or toward a specific person. Your communication is rapid. You have something to say, and oh boy, you say it. Let's see what it is. What's this about? Pisces. Okay. Oh my gosh. So many announcements. Judgment. Ace of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles. So this is good. This is really good. This is good financially. This is good accomplishment-wise. This is good results-wise. There's an announcement of something, either a new beginning, a new endeavor, but it's also not entirely new. It's something that you worked for a very long time. Very independent, very unique, has a very unique specific style to it. Creative, something very creative that is unique to you. Which is not very surprising from a Pisces. But you're loud about it. Not like obnoxious loud, it's not what I'm saying. I mean like proud of it, expressive. You tell the world. Maybe you're planning a post or some sort of announcements to the people in your life in regards to what this is. Something to do with your lifestyle, and bettering your lifestyle, improving your lifestyle. Maybe you're coming into money and it allows you to do things for yourself that you couldn't. It could be as simple as having a complete new wardrobe, which is awesome. You might be even hiring a stylist for something. That's very specific. Some of you might be studying design, sketching designs, outfits. Doesn't have to be fashion. Could be many things. For some of you, I'm picking up on cooking. Literally, there might be a couple of you out there that are like signing a contract for like a show, to have your own show, a cooking show. I don't know why it doesn't have to be cooking. I don't know. Something to do with style, lifestyle. Otherwise, it's just no, it's not that at all. This is something about using your mental skill and very rapid thinking process to communicate guidance to others in ways of how to basically make more money. Page of Wands, and there's something very adventurous and fun about this. What is it that you do? It's so broad-minded and expressive and adventurous, and there's a sense of anthropology to this. The way the cards are placed, it's like, I want to show you what I'm seeing in front of me. I placed it like this, like the Page of Wands was underneath the Nine of Pentacles, but I just automatically put him a little bit to the side. It's almost like he's looking straight up at her. There's a sense of some sort of admiration, learning, looking up to someone, or someone looking up to you. This could be someone in your life that kind of entered really fast and weird, out of the blue kind of thing, and kind of awakens you to all kinds of things. They teach you all kinds of things, or you become acquainted. I don't know if it's a different type of culture, a different way of doing things, something that really kind of almost mesmerizes you. You just want to learn everything about them. On one hand, there's a lot of teaching here. On the other hand, there's a lot of learning. This could be two different fields. See, there's someone who's single, who's looking, who's dating, but they have very high standards. Like they know themselves really well. They know what they want. They know who they are, and they really live by it. They're not trying to be anything else. They're maximizing their own nature. And they do it creatively, they do it unapologetically, and I think you find it awesome. And now it could be the other way around. This could be someone looking this way at you. Although I am picking up that this is someone that you're dealing with or around you. This is almost like an opportunity that falls out of the sky, and it feels like something so meaningful. It's not an opportunity, then an encounter. I'm picking up on a chance encounter, that another page. We have 3 pages now, Page of Pentacles. So we have Page of Swords, Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles, a lot of Pentacles. Financially, I'm not worried about you guys. This can be a very Aries season seems to be a very abundant, fruitful season for you guys. A job well done is being rewarded. And I think this gives you some sort of like creative freedom to think, okay, what do I want? What am I going to do with this resource, or with this opportunity, or with this money, or with this really creative, cool person? Let's brainstorm and see how we can maximize the potential of this. Now, it's interesting because this could also be romance, but the thought process is very, like I just expressed it, it's almost like you're work-wise. But I'm not picking up on something rigid. What a fast-paced, interesting reading to have for you, Pisces. The Fool. This is an adventure of some sort. This is something, and they're all looking up. The Fool, the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, they're all looking up to the Nine of Pentacles and to the Ace of Pentacles. It's like, and look at the terrain of the Page and the Fool. Look at what's happening here. The yellow background, and the Nine of Pentacles also has the yellow background, and it's like they're looking up at her. It's like, it's almost like I'm seeing this Nine of Pentacles speaking in front of an audience, or doing something very impressive in front of an audience, and they're all kind of looking up at her. It's really, so there's study, there's students, pages can be students, or children, or young individuals, or just beginners, or adults that are beginners of something. So there's an element of like either public speaking or teaching. I'm not picking up on like a long-term school, more so like a seminar or a lecture, you know, something that you come to once and you listen to the speaker, and people are paying attention, they're learning, it opens their mind. The Fool here, it just kind of makes them look at things from a different perspective and more freedom-oriented when it comes to the spirit and the heart. There's something that like triggers the pineal gland. I'm picking up this person who teaches or speaks, they trigger the pineal gland of the people who listen to them. And with the Judgment here, it's like helps completely reframe the mindset, and the mental process just kind of expands somehow. It's almost like, see how I'm fast-paced, like speaking, it's almost like I feel like it makes people's neurotransmitters move faster between the cells and transfer information, translate information. It's like one chip falls after the other. It's almost like there's a big sense of awe and wow. So maybe you're going to experience something like that. Maybe you're going to be in the audience. Maybe you're that person who speaks. everyone is so focused and so attentive on this event or this situation. Yes, this is a monthly reading, but this is coming through so strong. I see people just kind of waking up to something and becoming super aware. How many? Wow, a lot of court cards. 5 court cards. Now we have another Knight of Cups. Okay, so this is something that you take with you after and apply to your daily life. It creates a sense of renewed flow and it brings in new opportunities. So it's one catalytic event that is very inspiring, or a person or a situation, and then it almost opens up so many new avenues and worlds for you to consider. And in a way, it also makes it easy for you to pursue these things or thought processes, and it's like very expansive, but also feels good and flowing. So you might be dealing with a very high rank type of spiritual catalyst, or you're that person, because if someone speaks for like an hour or something, and that completely transforms your life, that is a lot of energy to have for that person. I see someone that wherever they go, they create these like echoes, these waves of influence, of energetic influence, and it's like they not ooze, not echo, they emanate energetic waves that really affects people's minds and hearts, and it's almost like it also has a healing property to it, like it cleanses like energetic toxicity. It's like they themselves, it's not that they give medicine, they are the medicine. This person is like, wherever they go, it creates medicinal process. It helps things fall back into place or fall out of not being in place. And it's like, now there is a name to it, it's a catalyst, but it's more than that, because it's a catalyst combined with a healer. A catalyst with, I wonder if this person is like, that's what they do and they're aware of it, or it's just, they can do anything really, but it's just their nature. Now, if this is you, Pisces, let's talk about this type of personality or type of life path. So this is a type of life path, this is a type of individual that probably most of their life, or at least until their Saturn return, probably more, maybe up until their 30s, 40s, it really depends. So they've always been like that, they've always been catalytic. There's another phrase to it that my tarot teacher taught me, it's called Sevilla. Someone who, wherever she goes or they go, just generates a lot of catalytic events and change and growth. Now, at first it feels destructive, right? Because if something is completely out of balance and foundations are false, and you take out one brick out of the Pisa Tower and everything starts collapsing. So this is someone that probably endured, and again, this could be you. I don't know why I'm picking up some of you, it's you. Some of you, it's someone that you're dealing with. Some of you, it's just like me teaching you about another type of spiritual personality, right? So it's probably been experienced by their environment most of their life, or at least, depending on how old they are, but at least 3 decades, right? As very destructive. So they could have been translated by their environment, family, friends, acquaintances, co-workers, etc., as someone who has destructive tendencies. Oh, wherever this person goes, things start collapsing, or things start shaking up, or there's drama, right? So now there are people like that are destruction oriented and drama oriented, but it's not the same thing, because people like that come and create it purposefully for the sake of destruction and tension. Unfortunately, it gets translated the same way with the outside, with the exterior environment. But what I'm talking about is someone who's just, okay, truth does that, right? When truth comes into a deceitful situation, it kind of sheds light on it, and it becomes, okay, if let's say it's a very dark, very dirty room, that no one knows how dirty it is, and they keep walking in the dirt, and they got used to it, so they're not aware. And then someone comes in and turns on the light. So everybody sees the dirt, they see their dirty feet, they see the germ, they see that their skin is bad because of it, they see that now they're noticing that they're not breathing well, and so on. So instead of looking, oh my God, thank you for telling us that this room is dirty and we've been hurting ourselves or hurting the situation and we need to do a major cleanup, there's automatically, whoever turned on the light is at fault. They're the ones, it's like projection. Because dealing with the dirt is a lot. And dealing with healing from that dirt is a lot. This is an analogy, right? It could be anything. So when people are lazy in essence and don't want to do the work, immediately their psyche will go into projecting the blame onto a person. Oh, it's not the dirt, because if you acknowledge that this is the problem, you'll have to actually now deal with it and resolve it and do something about it. No, this is not the problem. This person is the problem. And then we just push the person outside the room and the lights gets turned back off, and then but you can't undo it. You already saw what you saw, and even if that person is shunned and shoved outside of the room, you can't go back. So the mess remains. Now, if they're geared towards healing and improvement, they will start cleaning up the mess. If not, they will live in the mess, now aware that they live in the mess, and continue to blame the person who turned on the light. The catalyst, right? So this is what this person deals with, you or them. I will keep saying this person, okay, for the sake that it will fit those of you who are watching and it applies to. They've been shunned a lot from different groups, situations, jobs, relationships, places, neighborhoods, whatever. Because this is what they do. And because when they're young, they tend to personalize it, take it personally and take it in and blame themselves. Okay, someone blames you for creating a mess. You hear that again and again and again from different sources. You start believing, especially if you're a healer in essence, right? And you're geared towards truth and consciousness, and you're not going to give yourself an easy time, and you're going to take it in and assume that, okay, something is wrong with me. Okay, it takes them time to build up their self-assurance, their self-security, to recognize the common theme where they come, they see what's wrong, they shed light onto things, either purposefully or not purposefully, by the way. Sometimes it's purposeful, like, okay, you recognize something is wrong, you say it, okay? Simple. And sometimes it's just by existing. There's something about your existence that just generates that, because that's your nature. Okay, when an eagle flies, it naturally creates waves of wind. It's not that it's flying is going to be, I'm going to create wind and I'm going to create air waves. No, it's just doing its thing, it's just flying. And then by default, that's what happens. Okay, you're not going to be mad at the bird for creating airwaves. You're going to be like, oh, well, the bird is just flying. So kind of similar, except that in this case, these airwaves are healing, transformative, catalytic. Okay, you're not going to be mad at the bird for creating airwaves. However, if those airwaves knock down your roof, then you get super pissed. But how come those airwaves managed to knock down your roof in the first place? Oh, there was mold. Oh, there were termites. Oh, it wasn't built right. Oh, what's the word? I forget. You held back from fixing something you knew needed to be fixed for a very long time, right? You postponed, you delayed. So this person has dealt or is dealing with a lot of coming to a place, just being them. Things unfold. If there's something to unfold, things unfold, and then sometimes it backfires against them, backlashes against them. But we're in this reading, we reach a point where this is no longer people being upset or mad at or projecting at the catalyst, rather wanting, like coming up, purposefully wanting to listen, taking it in, wanting to do the work, taking it with them after that. So it could either be in simplicity, a seminar, a one-day lecture that does that this catalyst has arrived to a position where that's what they do, right? That's what they do for a living, for whatever. Or you've reached a level, if this is you or this person reached a level in their life where if being this way used to create negative backlash against them, now they've reached a level in their own progression where energy is like they interact with either people or circumstances or environments that are also more conscientious. And instead of projecting it onto the catalyst, they actually take it in and improve, which gives this catalyst a way better life experience, a way calmer life experience, and allows them to see, oh, okay, so it wasn't that there was something wrong with you or with me or with this person, that there's something, nothing was actually wrong. There was just a matter of how, the level of consciousness that I was walking through. Okay, the darker and the dirtier the room, the harder it will be to see what you'll see when the light is turned on. Okay, so if this is your life experience, for example, throughout the cycles of your life, you've started with very low, with an environment, being in an environment of very low consciousness, where there was no self-reflection, and when you beamed this light, it was constantly thrown back at you, and you've been punished. I bet your these people, early childhood is very, very difficult. Life path, actually. But it continued and continued, but every single time you experienced something like that, you went into a new environment, a new situation, a new relationship, a new job, a new neighborhood, it became lighter and lighter. The other side was more and more attentive and in tune and open and more conscientious in their own progression, hence responding more positively to you. And little by little, you go from being punished for doing this divine work to being rewarded. So this reading could be that mark. You're either there and it's now like kind of confirming this to you, or you're on the precipice. Anything else for Pisces, please? You guys always inspire such important readings in the spiritual teachings. The devil. No, it's not a contradiction. Picking up on the devil wears Prada. Someone is absolutely dealing with fashion and fashion design. For sure, one of you out there, let us know. Raise your hand and let us know in the comments. Okay. Here's another aspect of this and a potential downfall to this. When you emanate being light, healing, etc., and again, if it's not for those of you who waltz around and be like, I do this, I'm a catalyst, I do this, when I come into your room, I'm going to fix all of you. No, shut up. It's a person's essence. It's just circumstance start to happen around them wherever they go this way, right? And if they're asked, then they do have an advice to give or an explanation to give, but don't fall into the trap of the false catalyst or the false prophet. Okay? Because if someone is like telling you, if someone is hurting you while telling you that it's to your own good, that's not a spiritual catalyst. It's not a healer. It's maybe a vicarious healer and a challenge to overcome, but it's not their essence, right? As a person, it's a narcissist who gaslights you, who breaks you down in order to build you back up, in order to create codependency. Okay, so please, for those of you who deal with a toxic personality, who think to yourself, oh, they're such a loving individual deep inside, they don't mean to break shit down in the house when they get all drunk. That is not the type of drama that I'm referring to that comes from a catalyst. As I said in the beginning, and don't ignore it for your emotional lazy convenience, and use it to excuse, staying in a very toxic situation. There's a difference between someone who does destruction for the sake of destruction because they get a kick out of it and they get energy out of other people's drama and misery, okay, and they feel like they get attention like that. There's a difference between that and between someone who means well, who's not attempting to disintegrate. They are light, and light sheds light. So for those of you who might, want to use this reading to be like, oh, so the person I'm dealing with is not an abusive, toxic person. They're just a spiritual healer. Guys, girls, no. Okay, so there are two levels to the viewers of this reading. There's those of you who are catalysts yourself, who needed to hear that, who needed confirmation, who needed resolution for yourself, and to be honored by me in some way, shape, or form, and to understand that you're beautiful. Okay, and then there's those of you who are in destructive, toxic situations, who need to hear me say this to you. You're giving them credit that they don't deserve. A cult leader and a spiritual leader are not the same thing. One feeds off of their people and tell them how they have to be or else. The other feeds from the infinite energy of spirit, not at the expense of their people. And they show them the doors and allow them to walk through or not. Okay? One is based in taking, and one is based in being. I'm not even saying giving. Just being. Being wisdom. It's not that they force something as much as what they said creates an understanding, and then within the person who listens, like, oh my God, now I have to do this and this because they have a certain realization. But it's not that does that make sense? So for those of you who are debating in which situation you're at, one generates improvement and expansion in your life. The other weakens you and takes from you and hurts you, not in a way that expands you. It doesn't hurt the circumstances. It doesn't hurt your comfort zone, right? This hurts your comfort zone for sure. Super annoying for your comfort zone. Super annoying for your excuses. You can't make excuses with this type of energy. It's not about hurting your comfort zone. It's about hurting you, your heart, your essence. Differentiate. All right. I'm going to continue this as a love reading. I'm going to see into you and your person of interest for this month of April. Hope you had a lovely birthday season. Sorry. It's available on Vimeo and it's available on Patreon. We'd love for you to check out Patreon. Check out Tarot Masterclass Bunkai. Thank you to my patrons. Thank you to my channel members. You matter. You make a difference. You help sustain this channel, and you help me do what I do. Okay? So much appreciated. And I'll see you soon. I'll see you right now in the extended.